What's up, everybody? Mojo-Synthesis back for another episode. My name is Tony, and
this is the Husky Assassin.
That's who it is, the Husky Assassin. All right, well, today we are coming to you with some rap, and Husky Assassin Dwayne, tell me what you got for me today.
I got my man Fat Joe featuring J-Lo. BX is in a building.
Do you get to watch the video all the time?
Time to fly.
We'll be right back. All right. I've never heard of Fat Joe. Obviously, I've heard of J-Lo. Everyone's heard of J-Lo and has seen J-Lo. And and I look forward to hearing this collaboration here. And then afterwards, you can tell me all about Fat Joe.
Okay, we're going to talk about it.
All right, let's hit it.
Funk Master Flex Night. Funk Master Flex. Funk Master Flex. Funk Master Flex.
News from the East. The Don Cartagena has returned. Black bottles, black models, Cuban cigars, Dominicanos, Colombianos.
So I'm digging this beat right away. This is it's driving. It's a little different. I like it. I like it.
100 dope boys on the sofa. I'm God fishing with Versace on. Stars on the roof for the ambiance. Dug up some old hundreds for the few cases. Now we in the club throwing blue faces. Used to see Poppy at the go toilet. Now crack sitting on gold toilets. Pure heroin brings more spoils. Lord, you people never be royal.
Keep it poppin' way more models than them other sections. Leave $1,000 tip, what a blessing. All eyes on us. Ain't nobody in the club looking in your direction.
Okay. So what's the connection with J-Lo and Fat Joe?
They're both from the Bronx.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
And they're both Puerto Rican from the Bronx.
Now, did they grow up together?
They like,
or they knew?
They knew each other. Like,
okay.
Like Fat Joe been in the industry since 94.
Okay.
93.
Got you.
J-Lo got her start in the industry from dancing from In Living Color.
Yeah.
So she was dancing
she was
in the
fly
Bronx.
girl.
Woof. Word.
She looked a little different though.
Very curvy.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, right back.
So let me ask you one question. Do it look like we stressing? 'Cause we ain't. Do it look like we stressing? 'Cause we ain't. Do it look like we stressing?
Codotus, more opus. Break up the makeup, we got motives. I'm walking America, that teamwork. 3 keys in my sleep, now that's dream work. It's the U-Blow show. 7 figures on the wrist like you don't know. The haters looking at me cause the mommy's looking at me.
Oh, there's a killer bass line in there, man.
It's hard.
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to figure that out and play it. I'm gonna play along next time we listen to this song.
Feds looking at me, all the snitches looking happy. 400 on the race, that's hella dope. Just to see the stars with no telescope. I got that bush wetter than that, yeah, yo. Get it off for the block, that J-Lo.
Keep it poppin' way more models than them other sections. Leave $1,000 tip, what a blessing. All eyes on us. Ain't nobody in the club looking in your direction. So let me ask you one question. Do it look like we stressing? 'Cause we ain't. Do it look like we stressing?
Do we look like we're stressing? Cause we ain't. Dumb, right?
All eyes
That's
on
what you're
us.
allowed to do when you're a upper 40s man. You do what the fuck you want. Sorry for the F word.
Do it look like we stressing? Do it look like we stressing? 'Cause we ain't. Do it look like we stressing?
Alexander McQueen, Balmain jeans. Everything all black like the Beijing. Cop the red October's just a Valentine. Had Cupid shoot that ass like 1,000 times. Hit a cell, got the wrong number. But she gon' be in La Marina all summer. And she gon' be up in my tub half naked. And I just
what the hell was that? Tony laid on the button. Anyway, that was good. That was good.
It's a party record.
What's that?
It's a party record.
Okay, yo, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
party record.
So, yeah, no, I thought it was cool. So you told me that they knew each other from the Bronx. They're both from the Bronx. That's the collaboration.
Right.
What's the genesis of the song? Whose song is it?
That's Fat Joe's song. So
Okay.
Fat Joe's responsible for, since he came out, since 93, 92-ish, he's a hardcore street dude. So he's been responsible for, since every year he's been out, to put a record out or a single out, has had a top 100 hit on a radio
No shit.
every year.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't really give him his acknowledgement. And I want to give Fat Joe his flowers on the premises of he's also one of those artists that put people on that are still relevant in the game today. So you have people like he brought in Big Pun, he put on Remy Ma, Scott Storch, which everybody knows works for Dr. Dre, Cool and Dre, that are top producers, DJ Khaled, Pitbull. He also has Trick Daddy. He also has one of his homeboys that's sort of like a well-known Bronx gangster, which is in Pistol Pete, that started to change his life because of Fat Joe. Then you have also French Montana, and then you have a crew that he belonged to with some of the top producers and lyricists in the game. R.I.P. to Big L, but DITC, which is Digging in the Crates. But Fat Joe's responsible for like bringing on a lot of people on the in the game of rap and industry music, period. When a lot of people that had the honor to be able to put people on, they really didn't. So he don't get enough kudos for that. So
All right.
put
Well,
people on.
I'm ashamed to say the only name I knew and everything he just said was Pitbull. I'm learning. I just haven't gotten to all those other guys yet. I mean, what do you want from me?
And Fat Joe is like very well rounded in the music industry. He wasn't known as like one of the top bar savvy lyricists, but he got his bars up. Once Nas like hit the scene, a lot of people, everybody changed their game. Like everybody started writing, and then when he got Big Pun under his belt, again his writing changed. You know what I'm saying? So he said like even though he put Big Pun on, Big Pun taught him how to write as a lyricist. So we got to give Fat Joe, you know what I'm saying, some love for that.
Cool. Very cool. All right, sounds good. Well, hey, we'll be right back with a lyrical breakdown. All right, we are back with the lyrical breakdown. Husky Assassin, take us through STRESSIN.
We're going to get into these bars. So Fat Joe, when I came across this song, I was doing some bouncing work at this club in Lyndhurst. So one of the DJs, he works with Fat Joe a lot, very popular DJ. So when I was going in just to get a quick bathroom break, I thought the song was new, but it was out since 2014. So when he put it on, I stood there and I listened to it like, yo, this is crazy. And I was like, yo, that's Fat Joe. I'm thinking it's something new. So when it came on, I was like, yo, this joint is ill. So I had to listen to the whole joint and he replayed it back because everybody wanted to hear it again. So thank you, DJ Carmelo, for playing that joint, man. You heard me? Jersey. So black bottles, black models, Cuban cigars, Dominicanos, Colombianos, it's Coca. So Fat Joe calls himself Coca.
Okay.
Fat Joe, everybody knows, if you in this music game, Fat Joe's known as a tough guy in the industry, but he's also known as a party song maker. You know what I'm saying? So he constructed this song right here together. When you listen to the song, listen to the lyrics, he and J-Lo was having fun in the club, and they kind of, you know what I'm saying, telling how it is in the club for people at that top echelon status. So he goes into more bars. 100 dope boys on the sofa. I'm God Fisher with Versace on. Stars on the roof for my ambiance. 100 dope boys that means 100 hustlers in the VIP section. So if you go into those upper echelon clubs, me and a few of my dudes went to March 2112 many moons ago. So that's when throwback jerseys was popping. So we all had on throwback jerseys in this club in New York City, in Manhattan. One of Fat Joe's ex-business partners that he did business with was there. So we kind of knew him from watching some of the Cameron and Dipset videos. So when we saw him in there, it's like 100 dudes with him. So in my mind, they from Harlem, the guys that Fat Joe used to do business with. they were in there, and I was like, yo, they heavy in here. So you know what I'm saying? We was on our P's and Q's, but they was cool. They was super cool. They gave us mad love for having some of the illest throwback jerseys that they've never seen before. So that's kind of where that line came from. 100 dope boys in the club. This, you know what I'm saying? Them the hustlers. Hey, but if you follow the bars, you understand what that is. Dug up some hundreds, fought from cases. Now we in the club throwing up faces. So he throwing up them faces that he got from hundreds. Went to the bank and throwing up a bunch of faces in the club. Know what I'm saying? They spending money. They spending money on bottles. You follow that scene. That's something you into. You used to see Poppy at the Gold Boy yacht. Now Crack's sitting on gold toilets. That's funny. Pure heroin brings more spoils. Large you people never be loyal. So in that world, he's talking about he's traveled the world abroad and had the opportunity to sit on the gold toilet. That's heavy. If your money that good, you got a gold toilet. God bless you.
And a gold toilet would be pretty heavy.
Word. That's a double entendre. Tony got bars.
Nice.
You go buy me more bottles than them on our sections. Leave $1,000 tip. What a blessing. That's a hook right there. Like that hook is literally like a bar. You can buy me more bottles than them on our sections. Leave $1,000 tip. What a blessing. All eyes on us. Ain't nobody in the club looking at my direction. So baby, you come in question. What do we look like? Stressing? Cause we ain't. That's a fly little hook right there. So if they put that hook together, to, you know what I'm saying, Jennifer and Fat Joe, that's pretty ill for that to be a hook. Cause it's you know J-Lo is rich. Like there's no way in hell you not recognize her as a wealthy individual in the industry. And Fat Joe, he's played his dues. To whereas I feel like this song for him is very fitting because he's done a lot of music in the industry that should get a lot more recognition. And I got an opportunity to see Fat Joe doing a Mother's Day concert in Manhattan. It was Ja Rule, Remy Ma, Fat Joe, who else was there? And Lil Mo. And they brought Jim Jones out to do a quick little performance, but it was an ill concept. Fat Joe was dipped. Like his wear is hot pink, so he had on everything hot pink, high-end Steve McLean wear. So we know he getting that money. That industry money is different than that street money. The street money gonna get you but so far, but that industry money is what they kind of talking about in here. Is how they turn it legal and to get that industry funds. Now he's a multi-millionaire, which I'm proud to say because he comes from the inner city, and I love that.
Very cool. Very cool. What else we got?
So we go down into some more of the lines. Coke Otis, more Opus, break into the makeup. We got motors. I market the American teamwork. 3 keys in the sleep, not a dream work. If you know blow, then you show. 7 figures on the wrist, like you don't know. Them watches, those high-end watches.
Swiss made.
Yeah, them high-end watches. Without the frosties on them. And you get them high-end joints that's developed, you know what I'm saying, from crispiness. That means from scratch. They cost you like 7 bands or more. And one of the lines I love, the Alexander McQueen Balmainian jeans. Those sneakers kind of remind me of the Stan Smith sneakers. They're about $500 to $1,000 a pair. But the Stan Smith, which I can afford, is gonna run me about $1. So I'm not spending 600-700 beans on some kicks, but they fly though. Like if you went to that high-end fabric, those are some kicks you can afford. Rock them. I'm not gonna hate on you. Just rock them joints. They hard. Cop the Red October since the Valentine. Have Cupid shoot that ass like 1,000 times. And it sell with the wrong number, but she gonna be my Lamina all summer. So we know this cat is married, so he's not cheating on his wife. He's just saying a bar that kind of go with his fabrics that he's talking about. Again, those high-end, top echelon fabrics. If you shop at Show Hell's Mall, you know. Jersey. You can buy me more bottles. Okay. And she gonna be in my tub half naked. and just to be sold. The plug brings Sanaa Lathan. That's a. You know who Sanaa Lathan is? She's a pretty actress that a lot of dudes have a crush on. So bring me that Sanaa Lathan means bring me that beige, because her complexion. It's a lot of terminology in the hip hop industry, in the hip hop world. Even in the urban slang, it changes like every 3 to 6 months. So slang that you may hear me say on here, like word, the word is never going over. I'm gonna tell you that right now. My cousin's a kid always laughs that I say word. I've been saying word since I was like 15. But that's never going nowhere. But the slang is it changes all the time. Depending on where you're from, there's some things that are steady, but like it changes all the time. And code words kind of change a lot. So that song, like for me again, like I love how Fat Joe does a lot of commercial songs. Him being a like seriously hardcore artist, like hard.
That's cool, man. Very cool. I like the song. I thought it was good. Obviously, I'm sure that song had to be huge with J-Lo on it. No, that's cool. Did that? Is it safe to say that gave him a big bump, or was he already there?
He was already there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
He had already been like known when he got the song called "Lean Back" that was in a bunch of movies.
Okay.
You know the trivia.
Oh,
yeah.
God, come on.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Tony doesn't know the name of the movie again. Freaking great.
And I love what Fat Joe does for us, his persona. Like, I guess when I first saw him on Video Music Box, this is the blonde-haired, green-eyed Puerto Rican. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he didn't have that quintessential, like, Latino look. Then that's when you started to realize like people come in different shades, different tones, different eye colors, different skin tones coming from around the world. So that opened up a lot of like eyes for people to see a person that from the Bronx with blonde hair and green eyes. You know what I'm saying? Being a hardcore dude, because he was a big time drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? He was making that street money, and he decided he didn't really want to do it anymore because he had a talent at rapping. He was a fatigue wearer. He wasn't really that fly boy stuff. He had the high end whips and all of that, but he was a fatigue dude. A lot of dudes in the early '90s, fatigue, Coogee, like this, most of those type of items and all of that. But you know what I'm saying? That's what he was rocking. I saw this cat at Howard Homecoming at one of the Greek fests. Like when they do that, like when they do the football fest on a weekend. He was by himself. There's thousands and thousands of people out there, and you see this. Maybe he's about 400 pounds at the time, maybe 6'3", by himself, like walking through the crowd. Everybody giving him dap, giving everybody love, and I commended that because at that time he was out there rolling with just squad or rolling with security, and him being from the South Bronx, he's really not afraid. My big brother from the South Bronx too, like Randall, what's up? But yeah,
I know.
I appreciate that from Fat Joe. He also has a bunch of community centers, work centers in the city, whereas he has a high-end sneaker store, sneaker boutique, where he hires people from the community and teach them how to open up their own brand. So that's fly. A lot of people in the industry really don't do that, or if they do, it's behind the scenes. He's up front with it.
Now, before you said high-end whips, what does that mean?
Those the Benzes, the Beamers, the
Okay,
Benzes.
got you. All right, cool, man. Well, hey, I dug that. I thought it was pretty cool. Anything else you want to tell me about Fat Joe?
We gotta flow, Joe. You gotta flow, Joe. You gotta flow. Yeah, I like Fat Joe. He does a lot of he's one of the things a lot of people also don't know about him. Hip Hop Almanac, like a hip hop encyclopedia. Like him being like one of the people that's involved in a lot of careers for a lot of people. He's like me, in the sense of I read a lot of hip hop magazines. I look at nothing but mostly music and workout videos or some type of podcast that has to do with music. So he's the same way. Looking at his status, he don't necessarily have to do that because he knows who the guys and the females that are coming up in the industry that are producers, that are engineers, Like, who knows engineers' names, dude? You know what I'm saying? Then you got these up-and-coming rappers and writers. He knows who everybody is, and I love that about him.
Nice.
Even the battle rap circuit, like, in that battle rap world, they love that guy.
Very cool. All right. Well, took me to school again, which is the whole point of what we're doing, right?
Right.
All right, folks, we are Mojo-Synthesis, and we will see you next time.